Well, Stranger Things is officially over. Well, it's kind of weird, isn't it? 5 seasons in 9 years. I mean, at least they're putting out seasons faster than the Beastie Boys ever put out albums. Anyway, let's get right into this thing. All right, so here we are. We're ranking the seasons of Stranger Things. Now, there's only 5, but we're going to briefly talk about each of these before we rank them. Starting with season 1. And I'm just going to treat this like a regular TV show, even though they're technically called different things. So, season 1 comes out, and I was completely stoked for this thing already. Like, I had been watching the trailers for it. I saw that Winona Ryder was in this thing, and it reminded me of the Goonies and Stephen King stuff, just in the trailers. And I was just blown away by the show overall. I loved it, and I was stoked. That first season just built up such an interesting world, I mean, to start with. Even if that show ended up just being that one season by itself, it's damn near perfect, you know? Now, it's funny, I do go back and watch this one, and I find Mike and Lucas in particular a little whiny in this season, but Mike is just freaking the fuck out. He's a kid who is just absolutely panicking. And Lucas as a kid is absolutely aggro as hell, and it's just hilarious. You have the whole Nancy and Steve thing going on, Jonathan and Joyce, Hopper, the way everyone's introduced and everything, the way they're played, like, some of these characters are at their peaks here. Like, Jonathan in particular is never better than in season 1. You know, it is one of those things, like, watching this season, you will hate Steve almost the entire time. But then there's just, like, a change-up that happens, you know what I mean? Sort of near the end there. And you're kind of like, oh, I don't really hate Steve anymore. I like this. I like redemption. I like characters that change. Like, this isn't something... Usually the bully character, like, they'll just end up with the new guy. You know what I mean? And the way this ended was not like that. It was fascinating. This obviously just launched the show into what it is today, so for me, there's no other choice but to throw it in S tier. It's fantastic. Moving on to Season 2. Now, Season 2, I feel like everybody knows this. This is not the best season. So Season 2, I remember when this was about to come out, I was really hyped for it. All that Ghostbusters marketing, me, myself, and a huge Ghostbusters nerd. I have the Ghostbusters logo tattooed on this arm, as well as Bill Murray's face. I have more Ghostbusters stuff in my old, like, retro nerd collection, whatever you want to call it, than anything else. The inclusion of Sean Astin was just brilliant and amazing, and one of the best characters that the show has had, period. I do like some of the arc there, but it feels like this Season 2 has a little bit of filler stuff in it. The introduction of Max and Billy, great character introductions, honestly. Will is going through shit again, which is kind of unfortunate, but I get it. Some of the nods to everything, like, it's very fascinating because each one of these seasons references very particular pop culture elements. Like the first one, there's a lot of Firestarter, there's a lot of Goonies, Monster Squad. The second season, you obviously have Ghostbusters. But there's a little Exorcist. But if we're going to have to rank these, man, Season 2 is going to go in the B tier. Now, you'll just have to see where these other 3 are going to go based on the placement of these 2. But really, this could even go C, honestly. But we'll leave it at B for now. And Season 3. So Season 3, it's hard to believe that it's been that long since it came out. 6.5 years at this point, but it has. And this might be my, favorite season. I think this season, screw it, we're going to throw it in the S tier, but I'm going to talk about why. Because Season 3 is it's fantastic. A lot of action movie elements in here. Obviously Magnum P.I., Terminator, but all those strange and weird horror elements are still there and intact. The comedy of this show peaked in Season 3. It feels natural, it doesn't feel weird or out of place. The raw emotion of the characters is captured maybe better here than any other season as well. The introduction of Robin, the ending there, the climax, the way everything unfolds in this season is absolutely one of my favorites. It is my favorite. Steve has been fully, redeemed at this point in my eyes. He was pretty much redeemed in Season 2, but let's be honest. Him and Robin together, this arc he has with Dustin and Erica and that whole group, it's fantastic. He spends the whole season in that sailor outfit. So then we've got Season 4. Now, Season 4... I've mentioned this before on the channel, but I didn't watch until all of it was out because I was just kind of so annoyed that it was taking them so long to get seasons out. Like, it reminded me of me being a kid, like when I saw the first Harry Potter in theaters, I was 11. By the time Goblet of Fire was coming out, I did not give a shit about Harry Potter anymore. And I kind of came back around and finished out the movies later on, and I enjoyed them for what they were, but you know what I mean? You kind of outgrow your passion for things sometimes, or at least temporarily do. And that's what happened here. On that first watch of Season 4, I wasn't completely sold on it. I felt pretty much how I felt about Season 2. But I watched it a few more times, and it's definitely grown on me. It is definitely not as good as those. It's definitely not as good as Seasons 1 and 3, but it's better than 2. My problems with it initially were basically Henry and Vecna. I was like, alright, this is out of nowhere, I don't like it. And it's because it felt like it was just too much retconning at the time. Now, looking back, I don't really feel that way, and I think is one of the best seasons. Again, there's only 5, but I had a pretty decent time with that one. Has some of the best moments in the series, too, let's be honest. So, I mentioned this before, obviously, but, you know, Season 3 is kind of doing what feels like Magnum P.I., Terminator, like spy, 80s spy movie thing. Season 1 is definitely more like Stephen King, Spielberg kind of vibes. Season 2 is like Ghostbusters, Exorcist. There was something else I was comparing it to, but for no reason I'm drawing a blank. But Season 4 is very much so a Nightmare on Elm Street, right? And horror in general. So, I mean, I just like it because of that, too. And then finally we have Season 5, which the finale just dropped. So I did review this already. You can check that out if you're interested. But a quick summary of my thoughts would be, this season very much has highs and lows. I need to watch it all the way through again. But for now, it's going to go in the A tier, alright? Because it's definitely better than 2. It's on par with 4, but currently I like 4 better. Initially, the idea of introducing space travel to me in Season 5, even if it is through these, similar wormhole thing, was kind of annoying. But I quickly accepted it, moved past it. There's moments throughout this that I definitely just didn't care for, like the Steve death fake out. It's just bad on a lot of levels. 11 sacrificing herself and then being implied that she might be alive. Will's coming out didn't bother me as much as everyone else. It's not the coming out that bothered me by any means. It would be just the fact that he did it in front of every fucking person alive near him. That was a little goofy, but whatever. There's stuff like that I can definitely nitpick about it, but I might like it more watching it the second, third time around. That's what happened with Season 4. It even happened with Season 2. Every time I watch Season 2, I like it a little bit more, but, I guess that's it. I guess this is how I feel about these. So why don't you guys jump in the comments down below and let me know how you'd rank them. I think a lot of people are still processing what happened with Season 5, but I'm pretty comfortable with where I placed it for now. Maybe we'll revisit it when the animated series comes out. If you like this video, be sure to check out this one and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.